Hi, it's the 2-Minute Terminator. It's Ethan McKinley, and we're going from episode 10. That's minutes. Is that right, Ellie?
No.
Shit. Rewind. I apologize.
Well, we're not having any music playing today.
We are. I just forgot to press play.
Ethan.
Oh, my.
Sack the DJ. That's not the right music.
Oh, it is.
Oh, really?
Oh, it is.
We're keeping with the theme?
We're keeping with the theme. Hi, everyone.
Anytime I pick the music, I'm going to shy away from the theme, by the way.
Okay, well, hi, it's Ethan McKinley. It's episode 11 of the 2-Minute Terminator. We are going from the 2 minutes bridging the gap, minutes 20 to 22. And it begins with John Connor being chemically neutered, basically, by taking drugs in a veterinary clinic. Not recommended. And it ends
like a gay.
with John Connor in a cage.
Sexy.
Is there any other way we want John Connor? No, quite frankly.
When he looks like Monkey Man.
Either in a futuristic wasteland or in a cage. That's the only two ways I'll take my John Connor.
I'm sorry, but he just looks so much like a monkey.
He does.
He has proper,
Simian.
Yeah.
That's the right word.
I was going to say, he looks like a bonobo.
The ones that solve other problems with sex.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they basically all the bonobo chimps, which they only discovered, I think, in the last 10 or 15 years. So they're like upright walking giant chimps.
Yeah.
And unlike regular chimps, they don't kind of fight and kill each other or just like, you know, take glee from inflicting pain on other
so
animals.
So they evolved more?
I don't know. They were deep in the Congo, weren't they? But basically, no, like, all bets are off. The only thing that doesn't happen sexually between all the chimps is the mother doesn't have sex with the son, but everyone else has sex with everyone else. They basically solve all their problems by
I saw that on the internet last night.
Why could we not translate that over to, like, American politics? See Donald Trump smashing Hillary over the fucking speaker's bench.
What?
I said American politics should solve all their problems that way.
Ah, they should.
Or you either take...
I thought that was true then.
You either take two of the world leaders and they duke it out in, like, a pit of death with a chain.
Like Celebrity Deathmatch?
Basically, yeah. And, like, solve the problems that way. Then no one would have to die. There'd be no need for war.
Wow.
You might say I'm a dreamer, Ellie, but I'm not the only one.
Oh, God.
Your favourite song. Yes, everyone. We are here. It's the 2-Minute Terminator, where we dismantled the Terminator films bolt by bolt, 2 minutes at a time. We're going from minutes 20 to 22.
You are.
Ethan McKinley.
I am.
Ellie Fitzgerald.
Hit the music.
Oh, yeah.
Howdy, stranger.
Don't say howdy, stranger, to me.
Hi, I'm Chief Master Sergeant William Candy.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
It's all right, we're recording.
We are recording. Hi, everyone. We're back. Right. We couldn't get our bit to loop, basically. Basically, what happens is we...
hate.
It doesn't work on my computer either.
Whenever mine doesn't work, yours doesn't work.
Do you think they're in collusion? Talking and doing blah, 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 beep, 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 blah, 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 and
it's the machines, man.
I know.
They're consorting with each other. Okay, let's fuck with these humans.
By the way, why did that music stop?
I don't know. This is what I mean. They're taking over already. Right, so we start with...
Basically, John is kind of woozy looking when Kate Brewster walks into the veterinary surgery. I guess he's been trying to find painkillers. And she goes, hey, this is what they use to chemically neuter dogs.
Neuter dogs.
Which I don't think is exactly true.
I don't think it's true. I think
it's just a ruse.
Decoys, Lois. Decoys.
It's most likely ketamine, I reckon. That's what he would
I
have
reckon
gone for,
so.
right?
But this is my issue. So we have him all dosed up.
Yeah.
Actually, I have quite a few issues with these particular 2 minutes. You'll be pleased to know.
Okay.
So at first he seems all like K'd up and docile and out of it, as you would expect if he'd just taken, whether it is dog sedatives or whatever. We see her throw this empty bottle. He stumbles to catch it. I think he catches like a gay. And then she gets called away to let some woman in who's petrified that her cat or her dog is sneezing or some shit. I don't fucking know. And then she puts him in the cage. And then
she tranks him first with the gun. Don't forget that now.
But he's all like alert and on the ball, and all of a sudden,
he comes out of his stupor really quickly, doesn't he?
And also, where's the paint from his hands come from?
This is true. Oh no, it's the All right, yeah, okay, you got me on that one because
I
she
thought it
shoots
might
him with
be-
a tranquilizer gun, right?
Yeah.
Or is
not
it a
paint-
paintball gun?
But it didn't go. She didn't get his hands.
Well, as we're not on loop, you might as well just have a play with it and like go backwards and forwards on the.
That's a really good point.
By the way, Ellie, you don't need to. If you, Ellie's using a magic mouse or a Mac, you just need to do that on the mouse at the front.
Oh well, no,
It's like a
I
trackpad.
tried that.
That's
But
the middle of the mouse. It's the front of the mouse you have to do. Just tease the end of it.
just tease it like a nipple.
Come on, try it.
Ooh.
No,
Oh,
no, no.
Lynn.
You can do
I've
that.
taken it too far.
Ellie, that way, like that, side to side. You're going up and down.
I'm doing it side to side. It's not working. Up
Yeah,
and down.
that's the back. It's the front here. Let me. Sorry, listeners, bear with us.
We're having some technical problems.
You just need to clean your magic mouse. It does it, but it's really staccato.
I don't think it's different from the
just think you've-
trackpad, dude.
It's not. It's exactly the same. I've got the very thing at the house.
Are my
at the
fingers
house.
too fat to dial?
No, I just think it's. I think it's dirty. If you feel it, it's quite dirty.
Dirty. What?
It's Golden Tusk's Terminator theme.
Who's Golden Tusk? Oh, those guys. They're the ones that did the parody.
Are they?
Aren't they the same guys?
I don't think they are. No, Ellie.
Oh, wow.
Anyway,
There's
your
many of
issues
us.
with this clip.
Yeah, so all of a sudden, ketamized, all of a sudden, out of
Is
the
that a
K-hole.
word?
That's
Ketamized.
what we call it. And then Bob's your uncle. He's out of his K-hole, fresh as a daisy.
Well, you said once.
Paint on his hands.
If a situation comes up, if you're high or inebriated, you sober up pretty quickly, depending
Not
on the
from
seriousness
ketamine,
of
you
the
don't.
situation.
Not from Ket. Ket's a muscle relaxant. It's not mental, it's physical. Whereas with, say, something like ecstasy or like... They say if you're fucked on acid, you should drink apple juice, orange juice.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't
'cause
think
the
that's
vitamin
true.
C kills the acid. No, back in the day when I used to take lots of acid while at school.
At school.
Yeah, at age 15.
Anything had to get
on
you
a-
through those
on a school
classes
night,
where
we
kids
used
were
to
eating
take like
crayons.
a litre of orange juice each in case we were feeling too high. Oh, we were so innocent and sweet.
Although I did see something on Archer the other day, which I thought would be amazing. Carol, she eats acid-laced gummy bears. That just blew my mind.
Yeah, but you get too much acid in the gummy bear then.
And also another issue is ages and ages and ages ago, I went round Ken's house and this girl had made hash brownies, and I was eating them, and brownies aren't something I normally eat, but they tasted really good, and there was like a slight kind of like a musky taste to them. I knew that it had hash in it, and I was eating them, and I was just like, oh my god, these taste amazing, these are so good. And then all of a sudden I was like, shit. Well, I used to smoke a lot of weed, so I
Well,
was all right, but all of a sudden
Yeah.
I was
The only problem, yeah, well, the
blitzed.
only problem with eating apparently weed.
It's a much stronger high.
It's much stronger. Yeah, the delivery system's
amazing,
obviously
I'm not gonna
different, so
lie.
it goes into your bloodstream differently. But I think, yeah, when you eat them, I think your body reacts differently.
It does.
yeah.
It's more of like a... When you smoke it, you get kind of like a quicker hit. It's a bit more rushy and it goes to your head. Whereas when you eat it, it's like a full body high. It's
Yeah.
distributed equally because
I
it goes
accidentally
for
ate
your
one
gut.
at Burning Man. They were like, "Hey, free cookies." I was like, "Oh, thank you."
Oh, I'm hungry.
And then
Can I have some milk?
I paddled by with my bike,
You're such a
pedalled,
fucking neat.
and then I like pedalled away. And by the time I got to my camp where I was staying, apparently I became like the funniest on-point stand-up comedian ever. I had like complete strangers in stitches.
You'd be great on weed.
So maybe it's something I should explore. And
Maybe we should make some weed
go to a
brownies.
comedy club.
Someone, can you send us some money so we can buy some hash, and we'll get Ethan really stoned and we'll do a special podcast. That would be incredible. It would be really interesting actually to see you like that. Not smoking it, because I reckon that would just knock you out. I reckon if you
Well, no,
smoked it, it would go to your head and you'd
Well,
just
I
pass out.
smoke a vaporizer in LA, didn't I? And I went to see Jurassic Park 3D.
Vapes, volcanoes.
Yeah.
That reminds me. What
Not a
did Paul
volcano,
do
a
with his
vape pen.
volcano?
I was like, this
Oh.
isn't working, this isn't working. And then by the time we got to Jurassic Park, I was like 5 minutes in, and they were taking the Velociraptor from one pen to another.
Did shit get kind of
Loading
fuzzy?
team, step away, that bit. And then I just got really like into the film and super concerned. And it was in 3D.
Super concerned.
Going, oh my
Are they
god,
okay?
dinosaurs are dangerous. It got really scary. And then like when Jeff Goldblum was going, you know, you shouldn't have done this. The scientists are still preoccupied whether or not they should. They didn't stop to think if they could. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Why
Goldblum's
did
got a
they
point.
do that? Dinosaurs and man, they've not been together for like 65 million years. And then I went, did I say that out loud? So the entire first half of the film, I was just paranoid, thinking, all the things I thought I'd spoken aloud, and I don't think I did. But then, yeah, it was not a good experience.
What is amazing is when you do the volcano, and that's when it's just the actual vapor. And so what you do is you put the weed on a gauze, and it heats it up at certain temperatures. I can't remember what temperature is the best, but it fills this plastic bag just full of the vapor.
I know what volcano is.
I know, but maybe not everyone that's listening to the show does.
Okay.
It's for the listeners, not for you.
We will get back to Terminator in a minute.
But yeah, it's really bizarre. If you're used to smoking it, you're used to the nicotine and that kind of, you get a rush from that as well. Plus you can physically feel that you're inhaling something. Whereas when you're like sucking on what looks like an empty plastic bag, it's the most bizarre experience. But the high, again, it is quite different. And again, it is that kind of full body. So I would say smoking or like inhaling the vapor is quite similar to eating it. That's just what I found anyway. But the only problem is volcanoes are really expensive. Well, not really, but they're about at least a couple of £100 for a decent one.
They don't seem worth it.
That's a lot of money to spend on...
It is.
Something like that.
Ellie, would you like some trivia?
Trivia? Schmivia. Oh, yeah.
Yes, that, of course, is the trivia schmivia theme. Okay.
This is awesome. What is it?
The secret name of the production of the movie was originally called York Square.
What? Why?
Well, we discussed this before, didn't we? Sometimes films have like fake names, don't they?
Okay, why York and why Square? Go.
I couldn't find that out. As I said before, like Return of the Jedi was called Blue Harvest when they started making it, when fans got wind. I think film companies do it basically because if they move into like a small town or they go somewhere saying, oh, we've got a film production, if you say it was Terminator 3, everyone will go, all the hotels will start charging like full whack for the rooms and stuff.
Loads of people would be gathering
So they say
around.
they're filming a film called York Square, and no one's heard of that, no one cares, and then obviously they go away with it.
I can kind of understand Harvest though, because Harvest Moon.
Oh yeah, Blue Harvest,
Endor.
Harvest Moon. Yeah, no, Forest Moon, Ellie. Endor is the Forest Moon, the
Forest
Sanctuary
Moon.
Moon. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm combining the two.
You're thinking of Harvest, a restaurants where you can get chicken in a basket, no questions asked.
Harvest is gross.
Okay, here's in answer to your question anyway. The working title of York Square was suggested by Jonathan Mostow, the director. According to him, the name was it was a name after York Square, a classic movie theatre in New Haven, Connecticut, where Mostow once worked as an usher.
Ooh.
So York Square basically is the name of the place where the Cinery works at, basically. Now, in this scene, Eleanor, we have quite a lot going on. The T-1000, sorry, the TX, the female Terminator, breaks into the veterinary surgeons and kills a lady.
No, she doesn't.
Really?
We don't get to that bit yet.
Yeah, we do.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do. We
Not-
do not.
Not minutes 20 to 22.
Spoiler alert, that lady does in fact get killed. Before that happens, when she does come in, she's quite... Well, I'm going to tell you who she is in a minute. Before we get to that, who do you think was considered for the TX role before Christina Loken? I gave you a couple of names, but I'm going to give you some more now.
Shit. Who else was considered? I haven't got a clue.
Who do you think would make a good TX? I'm going to tell you if you're right or not.
I've already told you. I thought Linda Hamilton.
No.
No, I thought that's who they should have. Oh no, you told me one of them. Very pretty, but I can't remember what her name was. You know what I'm like with actors and actresses' names?
Okay, well, the first one considered was Carrie-Ann Moss, who's Trinity from...
No idea who that is.
Trinity from The Matrix.
Oh! No, I reckon she'd be quite good, actually. She's quite steely and robotic and harsh looking.
Yeah. Well, I think
Great actress as well.
I said before Angela Bassett, but you've not seen her in anything, have you?
No.
You need to see Strange Days.
What's Strange Days?
That film that's set in the then future of 1996 with Ralph Fiennes, and he's kind of like, he's not a drug peddler, he sells things...
Is it Total Recall?
No.
Some of it sounded like Total Recall.
Well, it's a synthy score. This is the music that's playing in the background, listeners.
I don't know. Bassett.
Angela Bassett, basically, she's a black actress, really intense looking. She always plays like very authoritarian roles. She's in a film called Strange Days, and she's kind of like the ex-girlfriend of Lenny, played by Ralph Fiennes, but she's really good in that. But Strange Days is directed by Catherine Bigelow. It was produced by James Cameron, who made the Terminator films, and it was made in 1996. It was set in the future, of the year 2000, 4 years later. And the central conceit of the film is they have these virtual reality headsets they wear on their heads, and it records experiences.
Oh.
So if a girl wore it on her head while having sex with another girl, the recording would then be put onto a tape. You'd
And
plug the
someone else could.
and you could wear the helmet and have playback, and you'd know what it would be like to be in bed with a woman as a woman.
Oh, wow.
Or, you know, people do. There's like this black market of these experiences, like bank robberies, murders,
That's
all
kind
kinds
of
of
like
stuff.
Total Recall.
It is kind of, yeah. But
Loves
Catherine
it.
Bigelow directed it, who made Point Break and
Awesome
Near Dark,
movie.
the vampire film you've not seen with Lance
No.
Henriksen and Jeanette Goldstein. But yeah, James Cameron produced that. You should check it out. Angela Bassett's in that, of course.
Who else did they consider?
Peter or Peta Wilson.
Peter. Oh, P-E-T-A.
Yeah, who's, well, Hamilton-esque, actually. She's an Australian actress, born in 1970. I think most people
She kind of looks like a contestant off Rock of Love.
She does. She's 46 though now, so I guess
Is that what she looks like now?
That's her now, yeah.
She looks pretty good.
She does.
If she's 46.
She was in La Femme Nikita, the 1997 TV version based on the Luc Besson film, which was you've not seen that, have you? Of like a female hitman. Basically, she's a drug addict. She gets arrested by the cops. She's either going to go to jail for the rest of her life, or she has to work for this like secret police unit as an assassin. It's either that or go to the electric chair or get gassed. So she
Mr.
takes the
Jingles.
assassin's job.
She looks like she'd beat 7 Shades of Shit out of you.
She played Mina Harker in League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, Sean Connery's last movie in 2003,
Not seen that.
which retired him from acting because he hated the experience so much, and he and the director came to blows. Stephen Norrington, who made Blade,
Was
of
the
course.
director a woman?
No, but it's one of the most giant, biggest feuds, basically, in movie history. Sean Connery and Stephen Norrington hated each other.
Did it come to fisticuffs?
Yes, they had to be like, well, not fisticuff, but they had to be like pulled apart from each other.
Oh my.
So yeah,
Why?
but that was the last film Sean did, basically.
You're telling me that Dragonheart
I'm sorry, boy, and I'm retiring from
looked at
acting.
the stars. Boy.
Yeah. In a side note, do you want to know what Sean Connery turned down as an actor?
Terminator.
No, he turned down the Morpheus role in the Matrix films because he couldn't figure out what they were and thought they'd be shit.
Can we
So he's
imagine
half
Morpheus being Scottish though?
He also turned down the Gandalf role in Lord of the Rings, which I'm kind of glad he did because he'd
Yeah,
have been terrible as
no.
Gandalf.
We can't have a Scottish Gandalf. That would have just been weird. And I
right.
love the fact that in Highlander he's meant to be Egyptian and yet does not try to hide his accent at all.
Is that his sexiest role?
No, Bond.
long
Come
hair.
on.
And his tash and his little goatee beard.
He is kind of sexy in that, but no, it's got to be Bond, man.
Really?
Yeah, and he's my favourite Bond anyway.
How dare you?
You like the pink James Bond, Roger Bloody Moore. That's what I've always called him.
Roger's
He's
great
soft
though.
as F.
Oh, of course he is. But
He's so
all
gay.
right, the best Bond is Daniel Craig. My favourite Bond is Roger Moore.
Oh, God! No!
Anyway, you'll like this, Ellie.
Will I?
Final pick for the Terminator considerations for female TX Terminator.
Angelina
Terminatrix.
Jolie.
Nope. Keep going. She's
Uh,
one of your favourites, Ellie.
oh,
I don't
is,
quite
Is
agree
it someone
with
I
this.
hate?
No, it's someone you actually really love. And you'd have gone, wow, she'd have been amazing. I disagree.
Oh, God. I can't think.
Come on.
Go.
Come on.
Go. I've had brain fart. You've put me on the spot and I can't think. It's the names that have... I'm seeing lots of faces.
Who is
I
it, Ellie?
love Jeri Ryan, 7 of 9. She would have been incredible. She's
think
already
so?
played a robot. Dude,
Yeah.
those chebs are real.
I know. But
And her waist.
I know, but she's...
She's hot, man.
Yeah, but I don't think she'd have been, 7 of 9. Even then, you don't have that
7 of 9
steely...
was amazing.
I'm not saying she's any better than what they actually picked in Christina Loken.
Do you know what? When I first saw the first episode of Voyager, when you see 7 of 9 as a Borg, I actually thought she was black. Legitimately. They made her look...
Oh, we just white face makeup. Was it because
well,
of
no,
their like
she was all
voluptuous
kind
lips?
of blue and... It was just... I don't know. There was just something about the way her face was kind of put together. She looked quite... Well, yeah, I thought she was black. And then, obviously, when they start turning her more human and taking her back to her roots, I was just like, sweet baby Jesus, this chick is hot. She does look black there,
She does
right?
look black, yeah.
But dude, she, especially in Voyager, she looks unreal. That catsuit, that all-in-one blue with the hair. Oh, she's really revving my engine. I think she's really hot. Plus, she's into bondage.
Jeri Ryan.
in her like private life.
How do you know this?
Well, she's one of my dad's favourites. So he was like getting up all these pictures of her, and then discovered that she was married to some dude, and he ended up getting her into bondage. And there's a photo of her with like rope like tied around her boobs and stuff. It's she did quite a lot of kind of like fetish modelling at the time. But yeah, she's a kinky bitch.
Wow.
And that just goes straight up in my estimation. So Jeri Ryan,
Straight up.
straight up there, boy. So no, I think she would have made a great dominatrix. No, what do they call it? Terminatrix. That's it. And dominatrix.
Yeah, I'm going to post a...
So you say she was considered. Did she actually apply for the role?
No, considered means you kind of auditioned. It sometimes maybe goes to screen tests where you'll come in and you'll do several screen tests with like actress who's not going to be in the film, but they'll just see what you're like on camera, how you interact, and then they'll get the person that they're considering for your co-star in. And when it gets to the wire, if it's a big enough production, they'll have an actual set built and they'll shoot it exactly like a film. They'll have a proper director of photography.
They go that far?
Oh yeah.
Whoa. No wonder films
You
cost
can
so
find
much
lots of
money
screen
to
tests
make.
online. You can see Heath Ledger's screen test for A Knight's Tale.
Have you done any?
You can see James Bond's... no, of course not. Well, to get screen tests, I think, you need to be that kind of level where you're about to be cast in a gigantic film.
Film.
And they're so paranoid about it going wrong or miscasting, which does happen sometimes in films, as we've seen recently.
I'm so sorry to digress.
Go on.
But considering we're now on the subject of your career, how do we see Following Footsteps? Is it out?
Well, like all low-budget indie films, they always promise it will be out, and then all of a sudden it never ends up being out. That was actually made 5 years ago, and then we saw it, which was
now it's Total Recall.
Yeah, no, we saw it at the Pinewood screening, and it was just everyone was just sinking in their chairs. It didn't make a lot of sense. It's since been like reshot and new scenes added, and it's coming out this year apparently. But who knows? Who knows?
Because the bits that because in your show reel, there's a little bit of from your Following Footsteps, isn't there?
Yes.
What was that other one you did where you're wearing the grey suit?
That's all Following Footsteps.
That's Following Footsteps as well.
Me and Ajala, who's obviously now a very, very famous actor, David Ajala.
What's he in?
And Chuck, he's in everything. He's in like multiple US shows. He's in Fast and the Furious 6. He's in...
is it Saki that's on the advert on the train, or is that Marlon?
Marlon.
Marlon. Oh my god, that was so funny.
They do look quite different, Ellie.
I know. Shut up. Oh, this is so good. I'm loving the music on this episode. Cock up. Bing.
Cock up number one is when John Connor breaks into the animal hospital. I keep saying veterinarians. I guess Americans call them animal hospitals.
Of course I do.
Right, when he breaks into the animal hospital and then gets into the medical cupboard, he takes some tablets from a bottle labelled Phenobarbitone. Phenobarbitone.
Okay.
Presumably as painkillers. Now later, when Catherine Brewster tells him those are used to chemically neuter dogs, it's actually both incorrect. Phenobarbitone, I'm getting it wrong. It's in the notes of the show, you'll find it. It's used to actually control epilepsy.
Oh wow.
So it's not an animal medicine at all.
But that would kind of explain the reason why he's a little bit whacked out, because epilepsy pills, basically what they do is they level the frequency of brainwaves.
Aren't they a little bit like
it's a bit like Prozac.
I guess like Ritalin or something,
Yeah.
which kind of like focuses you. That's
However,
more like speed, isn't it?
However, did you know that Ritalin has a different effect on kids as it does grown-ups? So grown-ups, it really chill.
If you're like highly strung, it chills you out, and if you chill out, it makes you highly strung, doesn't
Well,
it?
yeah, basically. So kids that are really like
Yeah,
at
but I just
school.
think, well, I think there's an argument to be made, especially with American medicine, that medicating children is not the right way to
Oh
go.
god, but that's all they do. They have a quota to fill, don't they?
Yeah, but I think if a kid's like acting up in class, it probably just means he's fucking bored, like
He just
I
needs a
was.
punch
He
in the
might be
face.
dyslexic. He might just not fit in with your structured horse shit. This is how we do things to indoctrinate you into being in a fucking cubicle
Just
for the rest
lock
of your life.
just lock him in a cupboard with the girl, and he'll be fine when he comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't you get locked in a cupboard at school?
I did. I was called Matthew Naughty. My first name, Matthew Ethan.
Oh, how times haven't changed.
Well, no, I think that's where I got my kind of like, I can't handle a structured situation because I was like put under a desk, I was put in a cupboard. I think now they would roll out the red carpet for me. I'd get like a free iPad and stuff, and the school would get extra money for teaching
Actually,
me.
you would get so much stuff now.
Yeah, because it's
Oh.
recognised now. But dyslexia then, or
Do you know
Asperger's,
that most people that go to uni actually fake? I know so many people.
to get a computer.
Molly, she already had a MacBook Pro. She got another MacBook Pro. She got a Mac printer, a stand, and like something else because she faked a dyslexia test.
Well, I had mine when I was 11. I was diagnosed dyslexic, and
But you got round paper, so you couldn't cut yourself on the edges, and you ate lots of crayons.
no, but the students in my classes were, because I was in a regular school, but they put me in a special class of sorts. So I was in a class with actual kind of like,
Retards.
well, that's a naughty word, but yeah, essentially. So I was like putting, as I've always said, putting elastic bands around a pinboard. Top of the class, I might add. But yeah, I should have gone to a dyslexia sensitive
It's like saying
school.
we've all won a race in our lives.
No, because I should have been given these like special glasses that had a colour, not like that you could read with them, but they've got like a slight colour to them for different activities, and it kind of like helps your brain process
Oh, okay.
different information, whether it's like maths or I don't know, maybe it doesn't work. It might be some weird snake oil salesman bullshit. From
Maybe that's why Terminator Vision's red.
because the Terminator is dyslexic.
That'd be a
Eleanor,
concept. Any more cock-ups?
no, that's it.
Aww.
Do you have anything you'd like to add about the clip?
Yeah. What's with the paint?
I still don't know. I mean, keep looking at the clip. Right, has he got a paint gun or has he got? Tell me.
I don't know what kind of gun that is. It doesn't. Like, paintball guns aren't that small. Paintball guns have like a chamber that you stick on the top. And she shot him in the stomach. His hands were behind his back, and now all of a sudden he's got this yellow paint on him. I thought that maybe it's when he broke in. You know, you get that paint that you put on bars to stop people from climbing on them.
Yeah.
Like the non-dry paint. I thought it might be that, but then I was like, actually no. In the previous scene, he holds his hand up on the gun, and it wasn't on his hands. And then, you know, he sat in this massive cage, and also, why is there a cage that big? It reminds me of the cage in, oh god, what is it? With the gorilla in it at the end. What am I thinking of?
What are you thinking of?
Eddie Murphy movie.
Naughty Professor.
No.
Beverly Hills Cop.
That's the one. It's literally the size of that. What animal could they possibly have in that vet that would warrant a cage that size? But anyway.
Well, I don't know. I mean, because it's in a desert setting, you could maybe say mountain lion if they tranked it and brought it to the vets to check
Would
it
you
out
take that to a zoo?
and re-release it.
You wouldn't take it to a vet?
Well, I'm just saying.
Prozac ain't going to help no line. And then, so he's in the cage and he picks up a towel. Why is there a towel in the cage? Because he like uses it to wipe his hands off.
It was in the cage, maybe?
Well, that's what I mean, but why is there a towel in the cage? Why does the lion need a towel?
I don't know.
Another qualm I have.
Go on.
So she
I've got no
gets...
qualms with you.
I have no qualms with you. Stay back. Who are you? So she gets called to the clinic or whatever they want to call it because there's been a break-in. It seems all too convenient that a woman then turns up with her dog at 4 a.m. What's that about? Why would you turn up to a vet's at 4 a.m. on the off chance that it might be open?
Well, she's obviously a crazy cat lady. That's what the character's
Oh, is
portrayed
it a
at. I'm
cat?
glad you remind me of that, Ali, because the actress actually portraying the crazy cat lady, we need to wrap up the show without mentioning her, is Moira Sinise. Or Sinise. Moira Sinise, yeah.
Has she ever been in anything else?
Well, I know something that's been in her. That's the actor Gary Sinise. Gary Sinise, of course.
We're trying to keep it PG.
Well,
Tips.
I was being playful. I didn't really say anything.
This is true.
I didn't say any rudies. Gary Sinise is a famous actor. He plays Lieutenant Dan in the Forrest Gump movie.
Legs.
He's in Ransom as the kidnapper. He's in Mission to Mars,
She
the
tastes like
ill-fated
cigarettes.
year 2000 Brian De Palma film where Tim Robbins takes his helmet off in space and his head freezes like a cubicle. A cubicle?
Icicle.
Cubesicle. Icicle. Popsicle. Fudgesicle. He's in the Green Mile. And he's in Apollo 13. He's now in CSI New York. Or
Oh,
no, he's in actually
God.
Criminal Minds Beyond Borders.
What? Criminal Minds used to be amazing. When it first started out, it was so good. It was the most... I'm surprised you never watched it. It's the most twisted... I've never watched anything like CSI or any of those kind of things. I just don't really... don't believe the ape. But Criminal Minds is actually the most twisted and messed up, and it's all about, like, paedophiles and, like, serial killers that inject their victims with ketamine and break their bones and turn them into Marie Antoinette, like, people. Marionettes.
Marie-Antoinette.
Marie Antoinette. Oh, yeah. God. It's been a long day.
Apart from being the husband, or the wife, sorry, of Gary Sinise, Moira Sinise, her career weirdly finished the same year this film came out. She played a waitress in Karen Cisco, a TV series. She played a religious mother in Chicago Cab. She played Arlene in Breakdown. This film keeps coming up, Breakdown, by Jonathan Mostow, about Kurt Russell's wife going missing in the desert. We should watch it. Really great until the end.
Oh, wow.
She's in Of Mice and Men, which Gary Sinise obviously starred in with John Malkovich, the 1992 film about the two farm work brothers. One's slightly retarded.
A-level English. It was dull as fuck.
And yeah, that's it. That's all I've got for this episode, LMMO.
Well, I think we actually got quite a lot out in that.
We did.
I'm happy with that.
It was low energy, but a consistent energy.
Yeah.
And we,
got some facts. Got
we
a crock up
diddled
in there.
about. We, you got to be you. Thank you all for listening, everyone. Sorry there wasn't a show yesterday, but we were watching Rock of Love, actually, Tour Bus.
Oh my god, I can't wait to watch more.
Or Rock of Love, Love Bus. If you go to my Facebook page, you can actually find, or even my Twitter, my other Twitter, which is Ethan McKinley UK, the questionable page. You can see Brett
One of the
Michaels get
funniest
called out
clips.
on the actual wig that he actually wears under his actual headscarf,
Which actually is a wig.
resulting in him swearing at a
Confirmed.
contestant and kicking her off his show.
Yeah,
a bit harsh, I
look at
feel.
Yeah, it was a bit.
I wasn't feeling it too. I guess we both felt that. And yeah, basically, your Turin's here. Get the fuck out.
It was amazing.
Bit too harsh, but amazing.
But she kind of deserved it. No one messes with the do.
So yeah, we
Anyway.
shall return tomorrow.
We shall indeed.
We'll try and get a double episode out before the end of the week to make up for last night's insubordination. Sorry, listeners.
Sorry. I've been Ethan McKinley.
There'll be another show tomorrow after I've had my agent meeting.
Oh my god, yes! And you've had another response from another model agency.
Yeah.
Ethan's
As I
get-
frivolously
Ethan's
try
getting
to
back in the
avoid
game.
work again for the rest of my life.
And you avoided well.
Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow with episode 11. That's going from minutes 22 to 24. I've been Ethan McKinley.
I've been Ellie Fitzgerald.
We are the two Ronnies. Watching you.
I'm definitely the midget.
We'll be returned tomorrow with the
T322T.
T322T. High five.
That was the
God.
worst
Fucking
high
white
five
people.
ever.
High five and dancing. I'm the
Hey, we're both good at dancing.
Come on, dude. Let's not kid ourselves. I actually channeled the spirit of the music.
Oh god, Dances with Wolves.
You just do that kind of, you know what? Sophie used to say she was a good dancer, and she'd literally just kind of go. She'd like bend the knees, bob on her high heels a little bit, and do that with her hands, and like pout. It's like that's not it. And I'd be like, boo.
Dude, I go. Anyway.
The music's run out, and so is this show. Hasta la vista,
Baby.
Quickly before Synthesize the Spectacular starts.
Shut up.
I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I'm stupid in my head. I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger.